Hi and welcome back. In this video I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the concurrent.futures module and how it can make our threaded code a little bit nicer. Here we've got some code that creates threads, starts them, and then waits for them to finish. What you can do instead is you can create a bunch of threads with no target, then give them a target, start them, and join them. So the reason for that is if you were to create a bunch of threads with no target, then you can choose which thread is going to take which job afterwards. And it doesn't really matter which one does, but essentially you end up with sort of a collection of threads that you can send a task to and get a result back from. The reason for that, the reason to do that, and I'm just going to delete that code, is to just make your code a little bit nicer. So instead of importing thread from threading, we're going to do from concurrent.futures import ThreadPoolExecutor. ThreadPoolExecutor is going to create a pool of threads, that's just a bunch of threads with no target. And it's going to allow us to use that pool to execute jobs, or in this case, our functions. Okay, so with ThreadPoolExecutor and max workers is 2, as pool, all we're saying here is create 2 threads in this pool of threads, in this collection of threads. Then we can say pool.submit, complex calculation, pool.submit, ask user. And that's it. Our code has been simplified slightly now. Again, this creates a pool of threads, a collection of threads, and then we can submit a task to it. And because we've used it with this with statement, all this does is it waits for the pool to finish. That essentially means we don't have to call pool.shutdown. Okay, pool.shutdown will normally wait for these things to finish. And this is again a blocking operation. But if you use the with, you don't have to use pool.shutdown, so it just makes your code a little bit nicer using this context manager here. ThreadPoolExecutor and generally the concurrent.futures module is very popular, and as you start advancing in your Python journey, and you, for example, go to conferences or you listen to talks on YouTube or things like that, you'll see the concurrent.futures module mentioned every now and then. ThreadPoolExecutor is a pretty popular thing, just to have a bunch of threads waiting, and then you can sort of ask them to do something and get a result back, ask them to do something, get a result back, without having to be always creating new threads. So that's why you'd have a thread pool there, to save yourself from creating new threads all the time. Okay, that's it for this video. Just wanted to show you this ThreadPoolExecutor, and I'll see you on the next one.